The text came at 2:14 a.m., glowing on my phone in the dark like a quiet explosion. Don't come for Christmas this year. It's better for everyone. No explanation. Just that. I stared at it, waiting for the rest of the message to load, like my phone was buffering the part where my mother told me it was a joke, or a misunderstanding, or that she loved me anyway. But the screen stayed still. Silent. Final. I typed back with shaking thumbs. What do you mean? Did I do something? 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. We'll talk after the holidays. That was it. My own family, my blood, had decided I wasn't welcome. I lay there listening to my wife, Sarah, breathe beside me. Slow. Even. Peaceful. I wondered if she'd heard the vibration. I wondered if she already knew. At first, I assumed I'd failed somehow. I replayed the year in my head. Missed birthdays. Short calls. Arguments I hadn't apologized for properly. I told myself this was my fault. It had to be. Families don't just banish someone for no reason. But over the next few days, the silence grew heavier. My calls went unanswered. Group chats went quiet the moment I typed. Even my younger sister, who used to call me her safe place, left me on read. Sarah noticed, of course. You've been distant, she said one night, folding laundry that didn't need folding. Is everything okay with your family? They are just stressed, I lied. The words tasted metallic. Holidays do that. She nodded too quickly. Didn't ask follow-up questions. That should have been my first real clue. The second was her phone. She started taking it everywhere. Bathroom. Shower. Even to bed, face down, like it might whisper secrets if I looked too closely. When texts came in, she'd smile at the screen, then catch herself and lock it. I told myself I was paranoid. Married men weren't supposed to think like this. Trust was part of the deal. But suspicion has a way of growing quietly, like mold behind a wall. One evening, while she was grocery shopping, her iPad buzzed on the couch. A message preview lit up the screen. Your mom says he still doesn't know. My chest tightened. I picked it up before I could stop myself. The messages weren't graphic. They were worse. Familiar. Comfortable. A long thread between Sarah and my older brother, Adam. Christmas will be easier without him there. I hate lying to him, but this is for the best. We never meant for it to go this far. I dropped the iPad like it burned. It felt like the room tilted, like gravity had given up on me. My own brother. My wife. My family choosing them over me, and deciding I was the problem that needed removing. When Sarah came home, I was sitting at the kitchen table, the iPad in front of me. She froze in the doorway. How long? I asked. My voice didn't sound like mine. She didn't pretend. That hurt most of all. Almost a year, she whispered. It wasn't planned. Adam, it turned out, had been confiding in her about his failing marriage. Late-night calls turned into shared loneliness. Shared loneliness turned into stolen moments. And when my parents found out, they didn't confront him. They didn't tell me. They decided Christmas should be peaceful. Without me. I begged them to tell you, Sarah said, tears sliding down her face. They said it would destroy you. I laughed then. A hollow, broken sound. So you destroyed me instead. The confrontation with my family happened days later, over a video call that felt like a courtroom. My mother cried. My father avoided my eyes. Adam said he was sorry, like he'd borrowed my car and dented it. No one asked how I was surviving it. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just felt something inside me finally go quiet. I left Sarah a week before Christmas. Packed my clothes, my dignity, and the version of myself that believed love made you safe. On Christmas morning, I sat alone in a small apartment, snow tapping against the window. It hurt. God, it hurt. But for the first time, the pain felt honest. They chose their comfort over my truth. And I chose myself. That's how healing started, not with forgiveness, but with the simple decision to stop showing up where I was never truly welcome.